Good morning. I'm hoping you can hear me because I think I pressed the button correctly to unmute. You should be able to hear me. So lovely to see you this morning, Harena, and we've got Nat here as well. Lovely to see you. A weather report. Do I need to do a weather report every morning? It's cloudy, raining, wet. Has been. Sun's just starting to shine. Vicky, good morning for you as well. I'm not sure whether I've seen your beautiful face on here before. I suppose I have. Yeah, that's where memory sometimes not loss of, but can be interesting. I'll put it that way. Now, I'm going to go over to the cards now. I have got them sorted and done. Tune into your psychic senses, your intuition, your gut feeling, whatever it is you're receiving as you connect with your spiritual guidance and what the messages are bringing in for you, are being brought in for you and through these cards, because it's why we're here. It's a daily Lenormand card spread reading. So I'll switch over to the cards, and here we have the 5 Lenormand cards in the grid, the spread. What I've got here is our usual hour one. I've started creating, using the hour ones since beautiful Sarah gifted me this little deck. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let's get it focused. Being unique is better than being perfect, but there is perfection in that uniqueness anyway. Isn't it gorgeous? I absolutely love these little cards. And as I sit here at the desk, I can glance at that one because it's in a little holder and all that sort of stuff. It's lovely. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning. Been a little while, but yes, I have. Great. You may have changed your avatar as well. Good morning, Kim, as you're driving to work. Lovely to see you waving your hand there. Love it. Now, the card that we've got from the Inner Soul Guidance deck, that is Leanne Winston and Deb Gilmore's beautiful creation. Whoops, sorry about that. Made a noise. Here we've got the lock and key. Release your fears, unlock your inner power and strength. Oh, that was just absolutely so perfect, since it's together with what we've got as a key there. I saw it placing down. I thought, oh, wow, what synchronicity, isn't it? So definitely there's some strength in what is going to be unlocking today. And we are using the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck there. So a gorgeous card set as well. It's what we're using here, of course. So I love it. Now I'm going to actually leave that there because I think, wow, that is so important. It is an emphasis for today, isn't it? Unlocking or locking away things you need to put away for a time. But anyway, we'll get on to the cards. Here we've got the 5 cards as the spread that we've been using for a long time now, a couple of years. It's the home space, and that's got the lilies in it. We have the workspace here with the key. We've got the unexpected up the top, that is time, or clocks, but time. Here in our role, we have the fish, and as the outcome card, it is the tower. Now, I do take that as the central energy as well, so there's really a great deal of strength in what we're going to have throughout our day today. Okay, so at the start, the lilies, it is a bit of time for reflection, to actually going into that space of thoughtfulness, mindfulness, feeling into what has been our past and the ancestry as well. It's as well. But I think for being in that home space, it's more for our own experiences that we've had throughout our life in our homes, because some of us have had multiple. And just really acknowledging and being grateful and thankful for those experiences, whether they've been good or bad. It doesn't really matter, because that is in our past, and what we've got now is being present with this beautiful energy of these gorgeous lilies. The lilies are of growth, of being into a beautiful space, they're not having to have any help from any other aspect besides what is the natural. So for me, it's actually encouraging us to be our natural personas, who we are from all of those experiences we've had in our personal lives to come forward to the now, and bringing that into that mindfulness of space, being present with everything that we do through the day. It's a reminder of being present. So in your home space, whether it's with relationships or whether it's appreciating what you have around you in the things that you treasure, in the things that you just use because we are living in a physical world, or things that you can actually get rid of that the time of use is finished, and we're needing to spend some time considering all of those aspects of who we are in our home. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling from the lilies today. As we move into our workspace, this is really unlocking something that's going to bring forward that bloom. See the rose there? Something that you're going to move into that's further loving what you do, so that it's bringing that sort of loving energy and, the inner core of who you are into the workspace in a way that's going to blossom perfectly for that next stage of what your job is, or your business is, or in whatever way that you see or feel that you actually work. A lot of what I do, I almost don't see it as work because it's just so much fun, and I know I'm in that energy of moving forward of what I'm meant to be doing. So it doesn't really feel like, well, I'm needing to unlock anything. I feel I'm already on that path. But it is for each and every one of us. There's certain aspects that are needing to be unlocked, set free, and let bloom as fully as they can. So touch into that a little today and be aware of that energy in your workspace, okay? There may be something that really comes forward as an aha moment for you, or an idea for something new to actually move through, out of the cage, the locked up thoughts around it, or a block, and to move it forward into that sense of free growth, flying free with new ideas, all of that sort of stuff. So, and it's the perfect timing. It will pop up unexpectedly, the time of when to do things. Just have an awareness of it, that all the different variety of clocks and timepieces in this card is indicating that we have the perfect time for everything that we are doing. And we just need to have that awareness and tap into that. Okay. And Rena, you were just literally thinking about all the things that I just said about the lilies while you're in the shower this morning. Wow. Isn't it wonderful, though, the synchronicity of what ourselves are experiencing in all levels, that cards, tools, the psychic abilities and all things will connect synchronously. I think I got the word right then. So we're moving now in perfect timing to the fish card. And that's in our role. And our role really is to feel into that fish card. It is about abundance. It's working together in teams and with others, and bringing in abundance and accepting the fluidity of life and going with the flow. That's what I'm feeling from this for our card, for our spread today. So really allow that flow to continue through you. And it does join in with others' energies as well. So have that awareness too, that all are flying as a team or a school of fish. But it certainly is going to bring in that abundance. It's not just of money, although that might be part of what your day's energy is a good flow of money. But it's also the flow of the energy in getting things moving forward, possibly out of this locked cage feeling in your workspace, or even just freeing up something you didn't know that was in your family history that's going to free you from that type of, I'm almost feeling a bondage to it, as in there's something that's been held for a long time that's going to be set free and move forward, because it's not just one space meaning one particular thing. These are all interconnected, as you know. So bring that flow of energies into what will be our outcome by the end of the day. We are going to have that feeling of, wow, it's been a good, strong day, that you are building on what is, that inner sense, that inner essence, creating the tower or your castle or whatever way you're feeling that this is for you. It could mean that you've worked through some of the, government-y type forms and things like that, because it can be sort of the institutions that we get involved in our day. So have that knowing that it's also building you up as your own inner castle of strength too. By the end of the day, you will at least be able to stand in your own strength and knowing what you've learnt through the day, what you can be grateful for, what other things you can actually hand off or delegate, and what other things might need to be, finished, completed and locked away as done in your workday. So many different aspects of this. So you each know your own life experience, whatever you're going through in each of your own days, your details. So shift into that energy. Good morning, Annika. Lovely to see you here. I'm just going to shift away from the cards now. So shift into that energy that is your inner sense, your inner sense, inner sense, your inner heart space. Be respectful of others, of course, but we are only able to live our lives from that space that is within us, because that is our essence. We're not in anybody else's body, are we? We don't have their exact frequencies or energies either. Just moving into being you and experiencing that and sharing that out and about with others so that you're growing and they are growing. It's that interconnected influence that we have in our lives, isn't it? And Annika, you're saying you're involved in government, so there you go. Good morning, Kirsten. Lovely to have you here as well. You've been away for a while. An update on my wrist. The wrist itself, God, this colder weather is getting that, because I've still got the plate in there that was the repair of the broken wrist. But the thumb itself, with the tendon that was repaired there, you can hardly see any of the scarring. It's wonderful. You can see one there. There's a little one there you can just see, and there's one just down there that goes like that. It's this joint that I'm needing to really exercise and repair. I wear the brace only at night, so isn't it wonderful how the technology, the medical personnel, the surgeons, nurses, all of what we have in our world today, how much advanced it's become from what it used to be. And yes, there's some things that we wonder about, but in this instance, I'm sort of thinking, wow, they could take one tendon from there, cross it over to there, just so that I can start to use. And you can just see the tip starting to work there. I'm not meant to be bending this yet, but the tip is starting to work compared to that. It's not too bad, but it's this joint now that needs rehab. It's coming along just so well, better than I expected, but it will still be a lot longer yet, because that has not got the full range yet. And it's still a little painful. If I overdo it, it still could snap. I've got to be careful. So thank you so much for asking. And thank you, Sarah. It is the perfect start to what's going to be a perfect week. So I do have a few things through this week, medical and etc. And actually, life just really is so wonderful when you really put our thanks in that heart space for absolutely everything, even though some stuff really is shit and horrible, and other, what we see happening around us sometimes, and we feel like we're out of control. Bring back into your inner senses, to that heart space, that feeling of absolute unconditional love for all things, because we do need all things in life to create that balance and awareness. If you don't have the dark, you don't see the light. If you don't have the light, how do you know there's dark? No, the other way around. Anyway, you know what I mean. It really does need absolutely everything, the good and the bad and whatever. It's why I don't really like to give it a judgment name like good, bad or otherwise. I mean, it just is. Being you, be the best you, as you can work through whatever is your experiences through the day. And so So there we go. And here we go. Oh, Annika, I think you've probably done some stickers or something there. So it doesn't show it, as you can see, it doesn't show up on the screen having those. So I'm learning. I won't be putting them up, but thank you. And it is amazing. Glad it's working out for me. Thank you. Well, yeah, I just think time really is the healer. It's amazing how if we give time to everything, and we've got the time card there today. So synchronicity, yeah, and all that involves, allowing, trusting, being, just present. And happy Monday to everyone. And thank you for the lovely cards. Thank you. And whoops, I'm just clicking that button too fast. With this one, it goes too fast. This one still need a practice. You need to get the banana out, practice stretching. Yeah, well, what I've got at the moment, I ate the bananas. What do you mean? I ate the bananas. I've got this nice fat bit of sponge that I'm just starting. I do that. And I'm just starting to be able to write again because I haven't been able to. And you know what it's like when you're left-handed to not be able to, when you're a particular handwriting and you've lost the use of it. Amazing. But thank you. Banana and cucumber for a hand therapy. And GNT, well, the GNT, I wrote down which one I should actually try. Hibiscus, and now I can't find where I've written it. It was very badly written, though. It was one of the first ones I did anyway, I won't go into that. So, and it is a love heart. It's a love heart. Thank you. I wondered because the emojis by themselves just don't seem to come up. And thank you, Rena. So we will leave it there. Thank you so much for being here for the daily card reading. I expect I'll be here again tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. It may be that later on in the day, if you're around, I'm trying to get back into doing the HAPS live streaming. It didn't work for me yesterday because they have got a new version and there's something I'm missing in the re-signing up or whatever it is. So I couldn't do that yesterday. I absolutely love doing these. So thank you. Have a wonderful day. Be the best you that you can be, and namaste until tomorrow or later.